Alright guys, Ian here. Welcome to my live stream. And today I'm just gonna go through very quickly the KZ PR3, and then I'm gonna compare it with its previous versions. I've got PR1, PR2, I've got PR1 Pro, and then I'm gonna compare it with a few other planar IEMs that I have here with me. And yeah, and then I'm gonna measure it as well live so that you guys can see and compare the difference between the latest PR3 with all the previous models, as you can see. Oops. Alright, so first let's begin with the specs of this. Well, first the price. This is $50. Okay, it's a planar IEM, and the frequency range is 20 to 40,000 hertz. The impedance is 15 ohms, and the sensitivity is 98. Firstly, guys, welcome to my live stream. Are you guys able to hear me? Am I too loud, too soft? Let me know, and feel free to comment in the chat. Yeah, and then let's take a look at the build quality. This is the latest one, and as you can see the grill is actually the same. Let me just take it out from the bag. The reason why I put them in the bag is because they look the same, so it's kind of hard to differentiate from the few different versions that I have. So this is the first one, which is the PR1, and then you have the second version, which is the Pro. Okay, so this is the Pro, and then you have the third one just before the PR3, and this is the collaboration with HBB. Oh man, why can't I open it? Okay, so this is the version with HBB. Alright, and then we have this one. So in total there are 4 different versions. Yeah, there are in total 4 different versions, and this is the latest one. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to measure this up, show you guys the graph, and then compare with the rest so you can see the difference, what's the updates that they made. Alright, so I'm just going to quickly put this in, and let me quickly grab my ear tips. Okay, so I've got my ear tips here. Let's see. So usually when I do my measurements, I will use foam tips, right? And that applies to all my measurements, regardless of whichever IEM. Okay, so this is the PR3, and I will measure the left side. So this is the left side. All right, and you can see the planar driver in here is huge. So this is a planar driver, huge planar driver. All right, but it's a little bit smaller than the rest. I think it's 14.3 if I'm not wrong. If you look at the box here at the back, well, it doesn't say, but from where I read is smaller. So let's put them in the coupler. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys the REW or the graph, and if it's too small, just let me know. I can make it bigger. Alright, so let's first calibrate this and see if it's I forgot to plug it in. Okay, so just to give you guys a background of my measurements, first, my output source is the VO K9. Okay, that's where the PR3 is connected to. And then my 711 coupler is connected to my USB sound card. Okay, so that's how I'm getting the sound. I've got one output and one input, and that's how I get the sound. Okay, so now let's calibrate the file, and I'm sure you guys can hear the sound now. And I need to calibrate it to 85. Okay, so I'm gonna increase this volume. I'm now increasing the volume to 32 dB roughly. Okay. Well, right, this planar driver is quite sensitive. Come on, you gotta move. All right, so we are about there, 31.8. So I'm just gonna calibrate. That's 120 dB in terms of SPL. All right, so let's pause the generator. Now we can measure this. All right, so let's give it a name, which is KZ PR3. Okay, and that's it. Now let's check the levels. Okay, 87 dB. So let's begin. Let's see the graph. Okay, let's tidy it up first so that you guys can see. And there you go. So this is the left side. So I'm just gonna give it a name L to indicate left side. Now let's take the left side from the coupler and let's put the right side in. So there's the right side. As you can see, is red. As you can see, is red. Yeah. Okay, right side's in the coupler. Now let's do that again. Check the levels. 82 dB. There may be a little bit of lag here, so let's try. There you go, 88 dB. All right, let's begin. Okay. Well, in terms of left and right channel, they're almost quite all right, except for the treble area. So this part is for planars, right? This is the characteristics of planars. They are not really very tame at the treble region. So yeah, this is how it looks like on the graph. Let me just tidy up this graph. So I'm going to combine these two graphs and make them into an average. So I'm gonna combine these two so that it's easier for guys to see. And which target would you like me to use? I usually use Harman. So this is PR3. Okay, so I've hidden both the left and the right channel. So as you can see, left and the right channel is hidden. Okay, and now I'm just showing the average between the left and the right. Okay, so let me just take out the. Now I'm going to take the PR3 out from the coupler, and I'm going to measure the PR1. Okay, so this is the PR1. Show you guys the graph for this one. Let's take it out. All right, stick the foam. Okay, so this is the PR3. Let's put it one side here. Okay, PR1. So how's everybody today? Good? Hope everyone's having a nice Saturday evening in the US and Sunday morning in, well, Southeast Asia. Okay, so let me just unravel this. Oh god. Alright, so this is the PR1. Okay, so let me put it into the coupler, the left side. Let's see, this is the right side, this is the left side. Okay, good. Let's put it in and let's plug it into. Alright, so let's go back to the REW, show you guys the graph. Now what you see is the PR3. Let's measure the PR1 and we'll see the difference. Okay, PR1, let's check the levels. 85 dB. It's fine. Let's begin. Okay, so hang on, let me just remove the dotted line. Okay. Right, so this is the left side. I have to normalize the graph. Don't look at this graph yet. It's not tidied up. So let me put in the right side and then I'll measure it and then I'll tidy it up. Let's check the levels first. 86 dB. So let's begin. So this is the PR1. And let me just hide the PR3 so I can see. Right, so the left and the right channel, they match. Okay. And now let me just average out the left and the right channel. So I've got the 4 and 5. So 4 and 5. And now this is the PR1 combination of the left and the right channel. Okay. And let me just show the PR3. Now I'm gonna normalize both graphs to 85 dB. I'm gonna offset it to 85 dB. First PR3, let's move it up to 85. Okay, and then I'm gonna go to PR1 and bring it up to 85 dB. Okay, let's close all this. And I'm gonna bring up the reference file, which is a target file. And I'm gonna bring up the Harman target. Alright, so now you have the Harman target. So these two measurements are being compared to the Harman target. And that is the dotted line. That is the Harman target. Alright. And all of them are normalized at 1000 Hertz, which is this point here. Okay. Alright. On the left and right did not match on his set. Oh yeah, oh well. Okay, so this is the PR1, PR3. Let's try and measure the PR2 or 1 Pro. Alright, PR1 Pro. See what's the difference. So after all these measurements, I'll then measure the other planar IEMs which I have here. The Dioko, Timeless, Stellaris, and S12 Pro. And then we can compare all the graphs in one measuring session. So that is a very important thing. You know, you're getting all the same measurements in one environment, in the same environment, in the same measuring session. And that's the best way of comparing graphs. You do not, even amongst the same measuring rig, if you measure it in a different time, a different day, different, you know, but even though your environment is the same, you might get a different measurement. So anyway, this is the PR1 Pro. Okay, so I'm going to put the left side into the coupler. Okay, and let's, are you guys okay? Yeah, all right. So let's put the left side into the coupler. Now let's change the name. This is a PR1 Pro. Okay, let's check the levels. Oh, this is pretty easy to drive. Okay, let's begin. The left side. All right, so this is the, let me just hide the PR1 and PR3 so you guys can focus on the PR1 Pro. So this line here is the PR1 Pro, the one that I'm highlighting. So let me take out the right side from the coupler, and I'm going to put the left side into, the left side from the coupler and put the right side into the coupler. Now let's measure the right side. And it's 88 dB. Let's go. And from this, guys, you can see the difference in terms of measurements. Okay, something's wrong with this. Let me just hide this. Oh, look at that. Okay. Something's really wrong with this. So maybe I've not used it for a very long time. So that is a flat line. Yeah. That's never happened to me before. Let's try that again. Yep, it's still a flat line, and I guess PR1 is out of commission. Yeah, I got to feedback to KZ on this. Well, I guess it's been, well, to be fair, this has been in storage for a long time. This has not been used until now. So it may be the cable, it may be something else, it may be the connection, I don't know. So, but it has been in a dry box, to be fair. So I just want to, you know, I need to troubleshoot this one, but I'm not in this live stream. All right, so PR1 is out. Okay, so we have the PR2, which is somewhere here with this one. So this is the HBB PR2. This is the collaboration. All right, so let's put this on the foam tips. Yeah, I'll do that, but I will do that offline. All right, so I've plugged it in. Now let's put the, let me see, left side into the coupler. Okay. Now let's go to, let's hide the PR1. Okay, I think. And now let's measure the PR2 HBB, PR2 KZ HBB. PR2. All right. 85 dB. Let's begin. Let's remove the dotted line. Hang on. Okay, so this is the left side. So let's take it out from the coupler and put in the right side. Right. Let's measure that. Let's just relabel it. Okay, let's do this. Now it's the right side. 2 HBB. And let's not have a flat line. Please, no flat lines. Okay, well, perfect. Yeah, very nice. Okay, so let's average out this measurement, and we can compare with the PR3. Okay, there you go. So this is the KZ PR2, KZ HBB PR2. All right, great. Okay. Now let's show the PR3, the average of it. Oh, one more thing I didn't do is to normalize the PR2. So I'm just gonna, let's see. Oops. 85 dB. Okay. Let's close all this. Now let's show the PR3. Ooh, okay. There you go. That's the difference. So between the PR2 and the PR3, let's show the Hammond target. So this is the Hammond target. And over here, you can see that the sub bass is extended. The mid bass is just a little bit above Hammond target, and the mids actually are quite harmonish. So it's quite a balanced tuning. Upper mids is a little bit on the harsh side. And let's see which is brighter. So we have the PR3, which is this line here, and this the highlighted line, and then we have the PR2 HBB. And looking at this graph, looks to me that the HBB is brighter. Yeah, the PR2 is brighter. Okay. And when it comes to the brilliance or the airiness or the brightness or the spaciousness of the treble, the PR3 is a little bit off the charts, if you ask me. Yeah. Okay. And that's the PR2, which is here. PR2 is quite, in terms of the airiness and the natural roll-off of the treble, is a little bit more natural. Okay, so that's the comparison with PR2. I think we compared with PR1, did we? Yeah, we compared with PR1. It's, yeah, almost the same in terms of the treble region. But if you compare the sub bass, PR1 has got much more elevation in terms of the sub bass and the mid bass and the mids as well. So PR1 would have warmer and a fuller body sound as compared to the PR3. Okay. Yeah. All right, so now let's compare with the other planar IEMs. So I've got the, what's this? Lecture S12 Pro. So let's compare that. And first, let's just take a look at the IEM itself. This is, hang on. I mean, sound is one thing, but aesthetics, it depends. The cable that came with the PR3, I mean, it's the same cable. I'm not going to take it out from the box, but this is the cable that came with the PR3, right? And this is the cable that comes with the S12 Pro. This is a very nice cable, and the timeless as well. It's a very nice cable. Yeah, it's a very nice cable. Look at that, nice. And the termination can be changed out, I think, or is it the other one? The timeless can be changed out. This can't be changed out. So yeah, very nice cable and very nice shell as well as metal. It's fully made of metal. Okay. All right, so let's measure this. First, let's put this into the coupler. Okay. Foam tips. Where's the other side? Okay. See? All right. Now let's go back to the REW, and now let's hide all this. Let's have a fresh screen. Okay, let's put in the left side. Okay, so this is the left side. All right, and let's check the levels. That is really loud. So, you know, just by the volume alone, I can tell that this is easier to drive. So I think I might need to recalibrate my coupler. Look at that, it's 88 dB. So I'm just gonna lower the volume anyway. There you go. And calibrate it to 85 dB. That should do it. All right. Let's pause this. Okay, let's start the measurement. So this is the S12 Pro. Did I spell it right? I don't know. I think so. Man. Oh, damn. I didn't get it right. So I almost got it right. Okay. Let's check the levels. Man, it's still wrong. What? Why did they have such a long name? Okay, now it's right. So it's 87 dB is fine. Let's begin. All right. So this is the left side of the S12 Pro. Let's measure the right side. Let's see. $87 dB. All right, let's go. Oh, look at the channel matching for the S12 Pro. It's just perfect. Wow. Okay, so let's average out the left and the right, which is 14 and 15. One thing though, REW has a limitation. I think you can, on one screen, on one measuring session, you can max out to, I think, 20, if I'm not wrong. So I might have to delete the left and right after I've measured it. So this is the, I'm just going to call it S12 Pro. Again, it's too long. Okay, so S12 Pro, let's compare it with first the Harman target. First I need to normalize the, okay, so let's normalize it. Not this one. Okay. And let's move it up. Why is this line so thick? Okay, let's take a look at the Harman target. And same thing, S12 Pro is just above the Harman target for the sub bass. It's a little bit elevated for the mid bass as well, and the lower mids. In fact, it's quite thick. And the treble here, or the gain to the treble, is quite harmonious. In terms of the gain is not a very harsh gain. In fact, it's a very smooth gain, and it's pretty dark in terms of the treble. Yeah, and the roll off is actually quite unnatural. I don't know, but let's compare it with the PR3. Let's take a look at the PR3. And there you go. That's the difference between the S12 and the PR3. So you have very similar sub bass. Yeah, sub bass is pretty similar. The mid bass is a little bit more present. Let me just zoom it in. This, I think it's around here. Can I zoom in? Nah, it's not. So it's pretty similar in terms of the mid bass. It's just a little bit elevated for this S12 Pro. And then when it comes to the gain to the treble, as you can see here, this part here, the PR3 is a little bit on a harsher side, a little bit more energetic, a bit more present, not present, it's a bit more intense for the treble. Okay, and it's brighter as well. If you look at this part here, S12 Pro is very smooth, as you can see, and it's pretty dark as well. If you look at this point here, it will tell you how dark the earphones are. And in general, if you look at this area, right, roughly about the 5K region, S12 is definitely a darker and smoother sounding IEM. And if you look at this part here, this is where the sibilance is, of course. So this point, this is the S12 Pro. Okay, so I mean, it tells a lot. It's below the Harman target, right? Whereby the PR3 is above the Harman target. So from here, you can tell that the overall sibilance of the IEMs, the S and the T's, how pronounced it is, and how fatiguing the IEM is based on this alone. Of course, this is based on my measurements, and based on my ears is a totally different story, of course. Okay, but this is how it should look on the graph. Okay, so this is the S12 Pro. Right. Do you have two cameras? No, I only have one camera, and it's actually the graph that you're looking at. I'm actually referring to the graph. Okay, so that's the S12 Pro. Now let's compare it with the Timeless. So let's take the Timeless out. Alright, so this is the Timeless, and look at the cable. I love this cable. It's so nice. It's so thick. It's in fact very nice to hold. Yeah, I mean, it's $200, right? $219. I think the S12 Pro is a little bit cheaper. I think it's half the price. It's $100. But yeah, well, let's take it out and take a look at the graph. Alright. Okay, so plug it in. And let's see. Let's take the foam tips out. This is a fair shootout. Why? Because I'm measuring all this with the same measuring rig. As you can see, live. There's nothing hidden. Cables are different. Foam tips are the same. And the earphones are different, of course. Okay, so let's put the timeless into the coupler. Right. Now let's show the graph. Alright, let's clear the screen with all this, and let's measure the timeless. And this is the AE. I don't have the original timeless. 88 dB, that's fine. I don't need to recalibrate. Alright, so let's begin. Alright, let's move my cursor out a bit. Okay, so this is the left side of the timeless. Now let's put the right side. As you can see, this is right. Okay. Can you see? Oh, right here. Is it here? Okay. So let's put it in. And let's measure it. Let's go. Alright, I mean, it's pretty good in terms of channel matching for the lower end. On the top end is a little bit on the messy side. Pretty messy on the top end, but it's fine. Okay, so let's average out the left and right channel. And see how it compares. Oh, I'm on the wrong one. Hang on. Okay. And all right. So I have the timeless. So let's hide this, and this is the timeless. Okay, so let me just bring out the PR3, and wait, let me just normalize this a little bit and try to move it closer to the 85 dB mark. Okay, that's fine. Alright, and let's show the hum target as well. Okay, so if you compare these two graphs, PR3 has got a little bit more extension to the sub bass, meaning if you look at this part here, from the 30 dB onwards, you can feel a bit more rumble. You can feel a bit more physical rumble as compared to the timeless. Okay, and then the mid bass, the timeless has got more mids. Yeah, if you look at this part here, the middle of the bass is more elevated than the PR3. Okay, and meaning it's got more body, it's got more warmth on the timeless AE as compared to the PR3. In terms of the treble, the gain to the treble is actually quite similar. PR3 is a little bit more energetic. Yeah, it's a bit more energetic. But when it comes to the brilliance, over here you can tell a very big difference here. The timeless is at about 90 dB. Well, when it comes to this brilliance or the 8K region, this happens, or this is a very important part where you when you increase the volume of what you're listening to, and if it's too much, it becomes too hard, too sibilant, and it becomes painful, yeah, to a certain point. Because when you increase the volume, you will want more bass, right? So that will increase this part as well, the 8K region, and it becomes quite fatiguing. Okay, so that's the difference between the PR3 and the timeless. All right, there you go. Is everyone okay? I guess so. No questions. Fine. All right, so let's move on. Next, let's compare it to, why not, the Stellaris. Right, so I have the Stellaris here. This is the Moondrop Stellaris. Okay. Another planar IEM. Let's measure this. First, let's take the timeless out. You know, what I like about the Stellaris is the ear tips. They're pretty unique and quite grippy as well. Okay, so let's put the timeless one side. And you know, look at the shell of Stellaris. It's big, it's huge, it's, I don't know, it's just odd. It's long as well. The fit for this is the worst, and when it comes to fit, it doesn't fit my ear, doesn't go in. But it sounds really bright and harsh as well, sibilant as well. So I mean, that's from my listening memory of this. So let's plug it in and measure this. And let's go. All right, let's fire up the REW and let's hide all this. Okay. All right, let's check the levels first. Time to stand up. Hang on, I'm not done yet. So yeah, this is pretty hard to drive. As you can see, it's 85 dB at the same volume, at the same dBFS, but it's fine. 85 is fine. So let's begin. Okay, so this is the left side of the Stellaris. Now let's measure the right side. And let's go back to the coupler here. Oh, there's one thing I forgot to do, but I can do that later, which is to change the name. Okay, let's change the name. Okay, so this is the Stellaris, and in terms of the left and the right channel, they match pretty well. Yeah, pretty good channel matching. So let's average out, and not this. Yeah, we get one line instead of two, so it's easier for you guys to see, of course. There you go. There you go, Stellaris. All right. So let's hide the left and the right channel so you guys see the main one, which is the average of the two. And this is the graph. Let's just show you guys the Hammond target. Oh, I need to normalize this average. So I'm going to move it up. It's 22. I think so. Okay, let's move it up. There you go. And normalize it at 85 dB. Okay. So now you can compare the graph and look at that. It's got best of both worlds. Yeah. So if you compare it with the PR3, this is actually pretty similar. In terms of sub bass, again, PR3 is a little bit more extended. It's maybe 1 or 2 dB, not a big difference. And it's very similar when it comes to the mid bass, the lower mids, instruments, your vocals. They will sound pretty similar. In fact, when I listened to it, I couldn't tell the difference. But the difference came when it comes to the upper mids here, which is about 2.5K. Yeah. So this is very harsh, very intense. Yeah, very intense. And you can hear that your vocals, electric guitars, they are very intense, quite fatiguing as well. Okay. And both of them have very similar presence as well. The upper mids are not very present. Well, it's better, it's more present than the S12 Pro, but it's not a very I mean, it's pretty harsh and a little bit smooth, not very smooth. And over here, if you look at the brilliance or the 8K region, this is where, yeah, well, the Stellaris is not as sibilant as the PR3, but the tail end makes it very airy. Okay, and it so-called amplifies the overall harshness of the Stellaris. Yeah, so it's very airy and so-called harsh, I would say. Okay, so this is the difference between the PR3 and the Stellaris. Yeah, when I listen to both of them, the Stellaris sounds, I would say, harsher, more intense. Okay, so there you go. That's the measurements between all of them. Let me just give you a summary. Let me just show it to you guys. Okay. Timeless. Okay, so this is the timeless, and then you have your HBB PR2, and you have your let's see, S12 Pro is here already, and there you go. That's basically the PR3, which is this line here, compared to the Hammond target, which is this one, and then you have your PR2, which is this one. Let's hide the PR2, you know, and then you have your S12 Pro, which is, I would say, the smoothest of all, and based on my ear, based on what I hear, is the smoothest as well, the darkest as well. Timeless is over here, and the Stellaris. Okay, so now let's move on to my hearing, what I hear. Okay. Okay. So let's put my, oh, I think there's one more here. Diogo, do you guys want me to measure this as well? Is it going to be necessary? I think well, I need to bring out my heyday, which, you know, it's going to be a troublesome. I took these four out, and I'm now contemplating whether I should measure the Diogo as well. It's going to take a lot of time, so I'm just going to wrap up this live stream by comparing the PR3. Okay, so PR3 with the rest of the planars which I have here. I'm just going to, you know, narrow it down to this tree. So I have the S12 Pro, the Timeless AE, and the Stellaris. So let's start off with drivability. And I would say drivability, this is actually not the easiest. Okay, as I think I measured it, and the hardest to drive is actually the Stellaris. And then it came to the PR3 was the second hardest. The easiest was S12 Pro, and the second was the Timeless AE. Okay, so these are the 4 ranking in terms of drivability. Oh, how much? All right, sorry. S12 Pro, this one is about 110. Timeless AE is 210. The PR3 is $50. And the Stellaris is 110, I guess. Or is it below that? I think so. It's roughly 100 plus for these two. And in terms of price to performance, you guys have seen the graph, right? So in terms of price to performance, this is my ranking. This one. And then you have the PR3 in front, of course, $50. And then you have the S12 Pro. It sounds really nice to me. I like that. And then, of course, Stellaris. They are cheap, but they don't sound as good as the Timeless. So I'll still put it in this. Okay, so the top for me is the PR3. In terms of price to performance, this is really value for money, $50. S12 Pro, 110. Timeless is 210. And Stellaris. Okay, so this is my ranking for that. Now, next, let's talk about the tone and timbre. Now, in terms of tone and timbre, I would rank the... Let me just coil the cable up a bit. This is just annoying me. So, I have the S12 Pro in terms of tone and timbre. Second would be... Oh, come on. This Timeless, and then I have the PR3, and then the Stellaris. Okay. Well, PR2 is a little bit harder to drive than the PR3. If you saw my measurements earlier. So yeah, this is my ranking in terms of tone and timbre. In terms of my liking, my preference. Okay, I like the S12 Pro in terms of the tone and timbre. And the least that I like is the Stellaris. Okay, how natural it sounds, how unnatural it sounds, this is my ranking. Okay, so that's the tone and timbre. Now, in terms of technical performance, soundstage, I'm not going to go into the details, okay, but soundstage, the overall detail retrieval, the spacing, the layering, the spaciousness of the overall sound, and the resolving capability of all this. Okay, this is my ranking. Okay, so I would put the Timeless in front. I'll put the PR3 in front here, and then the S12 Pro, and then the Stellaris. Okay, and I think you can see a trend. Stellaris is always at the end here. So yeah, this is my ranking for technical performance. Okay, now in terms of my personal preference in overall what I like, okay, what I like is this is my ranking. So I'll put again this one in front, maybe this one in front, and the PR3, and then the Stellaris. Okay, so this is my ranking for all the planars that you see here. But if you ask me to choose, and if I'm on a tight budget, of course I'll choose the PR3 because it's only $50. And I mean, the thing is, it doesn't sound as less resolute as these two. In fact, it sounds just as resolute as the Timeless AE. Okay, when I listen to it, I don't hear any graininess on this, and the planar driver on this is actually pretty good. So it's based on the tuning, I guess. If they can tweak the tuning of this a little bit more, I think they will have a winner with the price point. If they maintain the price, $50, and they tame the treble, this would be a very good value in terms of planar IEMs. Okay, and it will easily beat this too. You know, this is very smooth, right? S12 Pro is very smooth. It sounds very pleasing. At the same time, it's very easy to put these on and just leave it on, and you don't feel fatigue when listening to S12 Pro. Of course, the cable is nice. You know, ear tips are nice. Overall, it's $100. So if KZ can maintain the $50 price point, at the same time tame the treble. Okay, let me just show you guys the graph again, and this time make it a little bit bigger. Okay, so now it looks very messy, so I'm just going to hide all this timeless and just focus on the graph. Okay, so if you look at the graph, right, this is a very nice extension. It's not too much bass. This is what I like. I like if the bass can be a little bit less, but still with this kind of extension, that'll be good. And then the mid bass is good at this level because it gives some body, a little bit of body and structure to the sound that I'm listening to the music that I'm listening to. It doesn't sound too thin. It's got a little bit of warmth there, which is pleasing to my ears. Lower mids is just nice as well. It's elevated. It's not too recessed. So, you know, mids are actually nice instruments. They sound pretty forward. Okay. And the upper mids here. This upper mids here, if they could tame it a little bit, make it not so harsh. I mean, the energy is good, is there, and the brightness is also just nice. It's not too dark as well, which is what I like as well. Okay, this part here. So it's actually a pretty nice point in terms of the brightness of it, and of course the harshness is a little bit overwhelming a bit, yeah, over here. So if they can tame this part at the same time, the 8K region, okay, tame it down a little bit and maintain the presence and the brightness of this PR3 and maintain the price as well, then they have a winner. Yeah, but for now, I guess still work in progress. They have already 4 different versions of this. Where's the 4th one? Oh, that one didn't work, but yeah, there are 4 different versions of this, right? So yeah, I hope the PR4 would be the last one. Okay, let's now go into Q&A. Now let's take a look at the Q&A. Wow. Okay, first let's start from the top. Well, that's not much. I think a lot of you are just listening in. First I have GoStream ID. Have you tried Kafine Cleaner? You know, the funny thing is they tried to send it to me, but instead I got a pair of gaming controllers. So the freight company messed up. So I'm not too sure I'm gonna get it or not, but yeah. Tone Deaf Monkey said volume on left and right did not match on his set, and he reached out. Okay, that's good. A baddie, I'm drinking hot coffee. Hello, change the cable and try. A baddie, yeah, I'll change the cable and try later for this. It might be the cable, it might be something else, I don't know. Raphael Star, hey, do you have two cameras? That's weird. Are you guys able to see me? I mean, in terms of the graph of what I'm showing in terms of the graph as well, my REW. Well, if you can't, just let me know. Okay. Nivek, nice vid. How much the earphones? Oh, okay. I already answered your question. LD, how does the KZ PR3 compare to Kiwi Ears Melody? Well, to be honest, I have a lot of earphones to compare. I'll see what I can do in terms of comparing. Yeah. And then this Korean C. If you click on the more column on another vid, the place of purchase of product is marked. Oh, is it? Okay. Pick, how does the drivability of PR3 versus PR2? I've answered that. Ernie Manning, would be nice to compare the MP145 as well. Well, if I have the time, I'll compare that. Everything is good until the change. Tuning again. Yes, Uncle Ken, everything's good. S12, really easy to drive. Yes. Well, I mean, you guys get the hard facts and you see the evidence, the graph. At the same time, I compare them with my ears. Okay, so I think that alone should give you guys some idea, okay, how this stands, where it stands, how good it is. I mean, overall, you guys be the judge, right? I can't wear your ears. It's end of the day is what your ears like to listen to, and I'm just here to help you guys to make the right choice, make the best choice. I show you guys the graph and I let you guys know my preference, my listening preference. And then ultimately, you guys have to make the choice, not me. And my listening preference may be different from yours. Okay, I'm more of a balanced listener. I like balance. I like a little bit more neutral compared to balance. But yeah, so that's it. Next, Hassan, what earbud you use personally? Earbuds? You mean earbuds? As in true wireless earbuds? Well, if you are referring to true wireless earbuds, I don't use them. I use open ear earphones, and they just hang outside my ear. It's the Oladance Pro. Yeah, that's what I use. All right, so that concludes my live stream for the PR3. Oh, hang on, there's one more question. Are you getting the KZ Rhapsody? I'm not too sure. Honestly, I do not ask. I get what I get. And if it comes, it comes. If it comes, I just review them. If it doesn't come, I just wait. Oh, earphones. What earphones do I use? Right. Well, I'm changing earphones every day, and I have to. It's not that I want to, but I have to test all the earphones, and all my time is being spent on listening to different earphones all the time, wherever I have the chance. I have a full-time job, and whenever I have free time, I'll be listening to different earphones. And yeah. Oh, a very quick sneak peek for you guys. Just a very quick one. Now, for those of you who are SpinFit fans, now the W1s or W1s ear tips, they come in individual packaging. I just received this, right? And this is so nice. Previously, let me just show you guys. Okay, so just to show you guys, this is I bought this with my own money, right? As you can see, it's $26.90 Sing dollars. This is Singapore dollars. I bought this, and it comes in 3 different sizes. All right, I haven't opened it. You got small, medium, and large. Okay, and I bought this. I haven't opened it, and now SpinFit has came out with individual packaging. Okay, so you have a small size for the W1s, and you have the medium size. Okay, and it's a medium small. Oh, there you go. You have a medium small. So it depends on your ears. Medium small is I don't know, 12. Yeah, 12 centimeters, I guess. Yeah. And then you have your small, this small, medium, large, and then you got the two special sizes here, which is the super small, right? This is super small, and the medium small. And I'm so excited to try this. I'm gonna try this out. Okay, of course, I've got my yeah, this is a CP145. I bought this. I haven't opened it, and this as well. So I'm gonna try it out, and just want to give you guys a sneak peek. I haven't tried all this yet. It just arrived. It's just arrived in my mail. So I'm just gonna try it out and let you guys know what these feel like. Okay, it's gonna be the same. It's just that the packaging is different now. It's got individual size packaging as to the 3 different sizes in one box. Okay. Alright, so that's it for this live stream, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this live stream, and if you did, again, please consider to subscribe to my channel and give this live stream a thumbs up, and hope to see you guys again in my next live stream. Alright, so that's it for now. I hope you guys have a great day ahead, and I'll see you again in my next live stream. Cheers.